Would you please welcome back to the stage?
Thank you all.
I have wondered for a long time, how do the Brighton ladies feel about you ripping into them?
Who cares? I haven't asked. I don't know. It's funny, it came about. Some ladies from Brighton actually sent me that idea and said, you know, like when the first vaccines were coming out, all the people in Brighton, they want Botox and, you know, lip fillers to try and look younger. But the AstraZeneca, which was available to like the over 50-year-olds, they could get, but they're all trying to look younger, but they didn't want to reveal what vaccine they got because that would reveal their age. So that's where it
So it was
came
part
from.
of their idea.
It was their idea, yeah. And I thought that was the best. I am putting this online immediately.
And the irony is, after the success of it, you're mega rich now. You've moved to Brighton now. That's...
No, I'm not like you, Steve.
Thank you. I had AZ, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we're aware. Well, you got a few characters. I love the POV videos. Let's have a look at this one.
Hi, let's get started. Fake tan, fake boobs, fake nails, fake lashes, Louis Vuitton bat, fake Louis Vuitton bag, hair extensions, lash extensions, teeth extensions, weird, butt extensions, surfboard, skateboard, rollerblades. No, I know it's not Miami. This is definitely the Gold Coast.
I mean, were there Gold Coast people emailing you?
You know, the funny thing is, like at the end of one of the videos, I'll say, oh, next I'm doing Brighton or whatever it is. And I did Brisbane or whatever, and I'm like, next I'm doing the Gold Coast. And then I try and get as much information as I can myself from people I know from the Gold Coast. And then I just put it out on my Instagram stories. I'm like, all right, people from the Gold Coast, gives you things. And they are so self-deprecating on themselves. They're like, yeah, I've got the butt extensions and I've got this. And I'm like, I just really regurgitate back what they've said to me. And they're like, oh, how does he do it? Did you live in the Gold Coast?
I didn't know butt extension was a thing.
No, well, you're not from the Gold Coast, Carrie.
You have not noticed mine, Carrie? Or...
He's up for years.
Mate, today's a big day for you. Not just because you're on the project, or tomorrow, sorry. A book release and a comedy special released on the same day.
Yeah.
Mate, the comedy special, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Like, and, you know, to go from kids entertaining to live comedy, it's a pretty big pivot.
Yeah.
And you've nailed it.
Yeah, oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, like, and you've done one too, so it's like, you know, maybe I should have asked you how to do it properly.
When Nick says you've nailed it, he hasn't seen the special.
Yeah,
He's assuming you've nailed it.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I've been to every show of his, actually. I did my research, Carrie.
But yeah, it's been incredible, you know, and I think a couple of years ago when I was still prancing around in pyjamas, talking to puppet owls, sorry to anyone who believed it was a real owl, it was a puppet owl, with a man's hand up its butt. You know, and I couldn't have imagined having my own... You know, comedy's been a dream of mine, comedy for adults. And yeah, to have a show selling out around the country and then, you know, Binge getting on board and filming one and getting it online is something like an absolute dream come true.
So is this something that when you're doing the children's entertainment, you're thinking that's where I want to end up in the end, in that world, or it came out of nowhere?
Yeah, I kind of like rode the wave, obviously, of like being on TV. It was my first job on TV, was being in kids TV, and it was heaps of fun and, you know, had longevity. It went for 10 years. And I think, you know, probably the last few years of it, I was ready to sort of start, you know, trying some different things. And Channel 10 had me on Dancing with the Stars, and I thought, OK, I've got to start positioning myself in a different, you know, not in my pyjamas. And so I always write things down in my notes app and this and that and whatever, and the pandemic came around and really it gave me the kick up the arse to just do it. So
I want to go gently into this for a reason that you're going to understand in a moment. The book, The Guy Who Decides, you have a crack at people who name their children after cars or cities or smoothies.
Oh.
He may not know what my child's called, Steve, so all this... he doesn't understand.
So he might not have known.
My daughter is called Adelaide, yes.
Yeah. How's that go down?
Thoughts?
I think it's... I think the funniest one...
Cancelled
No,
from
I
next
love
week on the desk, everybody.
I love it when people pick a theme, you know, where if you've got Adelaide, Perth, Sydney, Hobart and, you know, and Wollongong or something, you know, like that's... But some people stick to it and, you know, they might have... You know, Jayla, Jason, Jennifer, Jeffrey, you know, and you're like, okay, that's kind of... And I did...
You're struggling, mate.
This sort of one was just
Struggling
like...
big time.
But everyone's heard, you know, like, Mercedes, Ferrari, Porsche, get in the Kia. They ran with the theme.
Well, Jimmy Rees, meanwhile, in Australia, is available to stream tomorrow on Binge. His book, The Guy Who Decides, is also out tomorrow. It's always a pleasure. Would you please thank Jimmy?
Thank you, guys.